And I met Jesus when I was 13 years old and asked him to be my Savior. Unfortunately, 25 more years would come and go before I would ask him to be my Lord. About 4 years into my faith walk, I had a very difficult conversation. And that put me on about a 10-year path to try to find what it really meant to be a Christian. So this difficult conversation I had was with a family member who was asking me some very simple questions about what it meant to be a Christian. And I would like to think that after 4 years of sitting in church every Sunday and attending a home Bible study group during the midweek, that I would have been able to put together a cohesive answer to those questions. And I couldn't. And I felt horrible. I also remember walking away thinking, this could never happen again. So I started searching for any resource or any person that would answer some questions for me about my faith and what this meant. At the same time, the church that I attended had offered a discipleship school. So I went to one of their open house events, which is kind of similar like today. And I walked in, and the people there, this is intimidating. They seemed to have this biblical knowledge that I wasn't familiar with, and it's almost like a superpower to be able to pray out loud in front of people, something I was not comfortable with. And their enthusiasm was just off the chain. So of course I walked away, right? And I was just intimidated. So fast forward to today. In January I got an email, and it was subject titled Restart. And Restart was a 5-day free seminar. They had some pastors I was familiar with who were going to be presenting, and they threw free lunch each day, so of course I signed up. I came on the first day, and it was great. I came back the second day, and that was amazing. And on the third day, I got COVID, so now I'm at home. The whole time I was at home, though, my heart was extremely restless for impact. So I started talking to my husband, and I said, hey, I want to do impact. And he said, okay, well, tell me why. What's your objective? So I told him I just wanted to be a better, stronger Christian. But what I didn't tell him is that the conversation that I had with a family member 10 years ago, and all my searching and studying has gotten me no closer to answering those questions. And so with that, I also knew that my fear of not doing impact was going to pale in comparison if I did do it. I think this is that right. Anyway, the bottom line is that I started Impact, and let me just say that when I finally became willing and ready to receive what God was going to bring me, He delivered the goods. So I'd like to describe Impact as almost like learning a foreign language in school. So take a class in school, and that would be almost like church. And if you had some tutorial on the side, that would be like home group. Well, Impact is like the full immersion experience, where you go into that country, you're living with those people, you're getting steeped into their culture, and it's been described as a complete power washing of the heart of God's people. We are learning so much. We're 10 weeks in, and we still have so much to go. But there's two things that I want to share with you today that have already happened and have changed my life as I stand here today. The first one is that I am learning about how deeply, truly God loves me. We have all read in Ephesians about our spiritual blessings. But I've never been able to translate the words from my head and how it actually seep into my heart. And that's what we do here at Impact, is we actually get to learn what those words really mean and how they apply to our life. And it's been incredible. The second thing I have learned, I have been in a feeling very spiritually misplaced for pretty much my entire faith walk, ever since I took my very first spiritual gifts test, because I could never discover my purpose. I don't know if I'm alone on that. I hope for you I'm not. But, you know what I mean. Anyway, let me just say that because of Impact, not only have I learned that I do have spiritual gifts, but I do also have a purpose, and it has nothing to do with my vocation or my occupation. I wish I'd done that years ago, because that would have saved me years of frustration. So, in closing, what I'd like to share is that I don't want to just be a stronger, more educated Christian. I want to be a disciple of Jesus. I don't want to follow Jesus like we follow people on social media. I want to be a true disciple. So what my prayer for you today is that if you're searching for a deeper, more solid relationship, intimate relationship with Jesus, that you really take a look at it. Thank you.